blubbing in the ceremony, I've been blubbing here. And I think everyone can agree it's just been a wonderful day and a wonderful couple. So, yeah, just ignore what I'm about to say for the next 10 minutes. First of all, I've got some thank yous for people that couldn't be here. The first one is from Stephen and Rakio, which I always get wrong, but they're in California at the moment. And they say, Andrew and Emma, our apologies for not being able to make it over for your wedding. We hope today is perfect and wish you both all the happiness for your future lives together. The next one's from Lucy Lloyd Morrison, who also couldn't be here, but she's in London, so it's a lame excuse. Emma and Fruer, I'm so sorry I can't be there to share your special day with you, but my love and thoughts are with you today. Emma, you were so right for Andrew. You were the missing piece of Fruer, and as one of his friends, it has been so lovely to see you and your relationship grow. I hope he has done the same for you, and I have the slightest inkling that he has. All my best for you too. And Stephen Hall, who many of you don't know, but is a submariner, popped up from a Libyan conflict for just long enough to wish his best for the happy couple. He pushed Gaddafi to the second in his to-do list, and you guys were first. Alright, on to this thing then. First of all, I want to thank the bridesmaids, and I think you'll all agree with me when I say how beautiful they look today. They genuinely do, and I have to say it, but they really do. Also, I wanted to say a bit of an unconventional thank you to my good friend David Rowe here. I mean, he was a little bit too old to be a page boy, but it's very much been a tale of best men. Anyone who knows me knows I can't organise anything. Best of all, drive Andrew to the church on time. So, but the fact I'm standing up here is definitive proof that I am the best man. And if you see him later on, be sure to remind him of that. I think it's important. So on to the speech itself, and on behalf of Andrew and Emma, I'd like to thank you all for coming here today, though to be completely honest with you, I wish you hadn't turned up, because it would have made my job a lot easier. I'm not very good at speeches, and I don't think any of you want to listen to me drone on for hours when the bar's about to open. You don't. So I'll say to you what I said to my girlfriend the first time we had sex. Sorry. This will all be over with before you know it, but if you can laugh and cry in all the right places, it will be a lot easier on the boat. So what can I say about Andrew, or Fruer, as those of us that don't like to use two syllables call him? I've known him for longer than I care to remember. He says 15 years, I think it's a lot longer, or at least it feels a lot longer. I feel a bit of a sham standing up and being his best man, because it's an accolade that is clearly reserved for the groom himself. I mean, everyone that knows him knows he's the nicest bloke they know, and I just feel ridiculous being termed the best man today. But it's actually why I found the speech so hard to write. I mean, he's such a nice guy. There's no tales of ex-girlfriends, no tales of drunken excess. Although it would be remiss of me not to mention he fell asleep at 7 PM on his stag do. And his dad had to put him to bed. You wish. I even asked a few of his friends to send over some words to help me out. Amongst those that are repeatable in polite company were trustworthy, reliable, and Captain Sensible. Certainly not the speech-writing goldmine I'd been hoping for. Though many people did choose to talk about Fruer the driver, and more specifically the ambassadorial role he seems to have taken on for Renault. For anyone that doesn't know, Andrew drives a clapped-out Renault Clio. A car that's got the big wigs over at WeBuyAnyCar.com worried that they might not be able to fulfil their promise. I think it's fair to say it's seen better days. For a start, it's French and wasn't even designed to make it off the forecourt in one piece, let alone 160,000 miles Andrew's proudly going to make it through next week. But despite this, a little motor seems to be nigh on indestructible, something that Fruer's regularly proved for a series of shunts, bumps and crashes over the years, as he's demonstrated his sleek driving skills. All of this puts me in mind of a particularly fond memory from our formative years when Andrew was still learning to drive. A friend of ours had offered us a lift home from the pub, but had to stop at the local leisure centre to pick up his paycheck. Now, having run in for his pit stop, Andrew, ever the good friend, decided to leap into the driver's seat yelling the infamous words, "It's okay, I know what I'm doing," before reversing the metro and its quota of unsuspecting passengers full blast into the nearest lamppost. I think he's still paying for the damages, and the shame is not going to die down anytime soon either.
I should just say it this way, I worked a Friday and Saturday night at McDonald's because Marks and paid for that repair.
And never got a star. Let's be clear about this, there was never a star.
That was AJT, that firm. Seriously. Seeing your mates rolling pissed, and you deserve them a bird.
Anyway, pipe down, I'm speaking. I've known Andrew for the best part of 20 years. He says it's 15, I think it's 20. What started out as us walking home from school talking about comics, cartoons and computer games really hasn't changed that much all over the years. But whilst our friendship hasn't grown up, Fruer certainly has. All joking aside, he truly is an amazing man. In fact, I'm yet to meet anyone more reliable, anyone who cares more about his friends and family, or anyone who do so much for the people around him as Fruer would. I really do feel lucky to know him, and to be perfectly honest with you, if I'm even half the man he is when it comes to my wedding day, I know I've done a good job. He's also always been the first person I've turned to for advice over the years. That's not even a punchline, is it? Anyway. But he's only ever asked for my advice once, and that's when he was wondering whether to propose to Emma. And to be completely honest with you, it's the easiest piece of advice I've ever had to give. It's in my job description to be nice to her today, but it's an all too easy job if I'm completely honest. I think everyone would agree with me. She's a wonderful woman who looks absolutely stunning today, and he's punching. Woo! She's not only good for Fruer, but to be honest with you, she's good for all of us. I think I'm not alone in saying how great it's been to get to know her and how lucky we all feel to count her amongst our friends and now in some cases family as well. I feel blessed to know her as a friend, and I'm so glad that Andrew's married her so that we can carry on that for many years to come. I've also absolutely loved getting to know her, and the more time I've spent with her, the more it's become blatantly apparent that she's a girl that deserves the very best. She deserves an attractive, passionate, intelligent husband to spend the rest of her life with. And we should all breathe a sigh of relief that she's lowered her standards today and taken Fruer off our hands. But in all seriousness, it is an honour to stand up here, it really is, and share the love of such a wonderful couple. So, in keeping with the comic theme that most of you would have recognised from your tables, I thought I'd sign off by saying that whilst in true superhero fashion Andrew's yet to save the world, he's definitely got the girl, and I'm sure you'll all agree that happily ever after's just round the corner. So I'd like to propose